Dear colleagues, each year we are discussing the state of human rights and democracy, and each year the picture is becoming more troubling. As the report rightly stated, instead of strengthened cooperation, we are witnessing a widening gap between agreed standards and their implementation in practice. This is not simply an emotional disappointment, but a serious concern about our ability to restore trust and to acknowledge our failures. For the past 4 years, I have consistently raised two vital issues: the ethnic cleansing of Nagorno-Karabakh committed by Azerbaijan and the democratic backsliding in Armenia. At our annual session in Porto, I proposed sending an international mission to Baku to monitor the sham trials of former political leaders of Nagorno-Karabakh and to assess the ongoing erosion of Armenian cultural heritage. Unfortunately, the proposal was not supported. By failing to act, we allowed Azerbaijan to continue its violations. Today, at least 19 Armenians, including Ruben Vartanyan, Baku Sahakyan, Arkady Ghukasyan, David Ishkhanyan, David Manukyan, and others, remain unlawfully detained in Baku. They continue to face torture and inhuman treatment, while even the International Red Cross has been denied access. This is not an isolated injustice, but part of a broader policy that included the blockade of Nagorno-Karabakh, the forced displacement of its indigenous population, the destruction of Armenian cultural heritage, and the continued promotion of the so-called Western Azerbaijan, a state-sponsored aggressive narrative used to advance territorial claims against Armenia. By failing to respond, we weaken the very standards that form the foundation of OSCE. Unfortunately, Armenia is facing serious democratic challenges of its own. International organizations are expressing concerns about the concentration of power and the weakening of democratic institutions. Recent parliamentary elections were often portrayed as a geopolitical contest, while the majority of the voters rejected further concessions, the crimes against democracy, the rising dictatorship, political persecutions, unlawful attacks on Armenian Apostolic Church. Dear colleagues, our responsibility does not end with documenting or ignoring these developments. Therefore, I call on the Assembly to closely monitor the democratic decline in Armenia, to demand the immediate release of all unlawfully detained Armenian prisoners of war in Baku, to ensure the protection of the cultural heritage of Nagorno-Karabakh, and to reaffirm the right of return of its indigenous population. It's not simply a moral imperative, but a legal obligation. Let us restore trust in the principles we are committed to uphold. Thank you.